with Egypt and Israel that may well total $43 billion. Let's get more now on the investment outlook in Egypt. The Case 30 index climbing 17% so far this year. It reached an all-time record on July the 16th. Earlier, Bloomberg's Darine Abogada spoke with Atok Group's chairman Shafik Gabr Atok, an investment and development group, and Gabr directs its activities in Egypt, the US and Europe. He's also chairman of the Arab Business Council. Well, Darine began by asking him about the growth in foreign direct investment in Egypt.
Well, there are two things. First, Egypt began a reform program on a very serious basis starting 2003-2004. What we're seeing today are the results of the implementation of that program. The program had two sides to it. One is very attractive policies that would entice Egyptians, expats, Arabs, and foreigners to invest in Egypt. And you can see the result from $400 million total foreign direct investment in 2003 to over $6 billion in 2006. So the jump is fantastic. Some of these policies are like cutting taxes, making a flat tax rate at 20%, which is brand new in Egypt after having multiple tax levels. Having a flat tax rate has encouraged people to come into this country where you have the potential in multidimensional sectors. One of the things about Egypt is that it's not one sector you're investing in. It's not like oil and gas only. It's energy, it's tourism, it's real estate, it's industry, it's agriculture. So it's really multidimensional. I believe the largest investors, according to the statistics, are Egyptians, followed by from the Gulf, and then followed from the outside world.
Okay, well, you just mentioned these attractive policies or initiatives that Egypt is doing to attract investments. But what about the risk profile now in investing in Egypt?
That's a very good point. And I think you really have two challenges that Egypt and other countries in the region that are trying to embrace change have to face. One is to institutionalize the change. That the change become institutionalized, not personalized. Right now, Egypt has a government where half of the cabinet dealing with the economic portfolio come from business. So they understand what investment needs. But you need to institutionalize the change so it's sustainable. And the second challenge is to create the culture of competitiveness. Why? So that the risk profile is reduced. When you have a culture of competitiveness, you have a situation whereby businesses are relaxed in an investment-friendly environment. There is an external risk profile, which is the conflicts in the region. If the conflicts in the region are dealt with realistically and peace comes, I think the risk profile becomes very much reduced. And as a matter of fact, the potential of the region as a whole becomes enhanced.
So do you think we're going to be seeing more of this trend, in particular focusing on Gulf companies? Will we be seeing them investing over the short and long term in Egypt? Will this continue?
I think not only continue, but I think one of the interesting facts that are happening in Egypt right now is you're seeing American companies, West European companies, and Asian companies. Let me give you some examples. I was in Japan recently. Japanese companies are investing in Egypt for export to Japan. Now that's the first time that this has ever happened. You see American companies not just coming for trade, because the United States is Egypt's largest single trade partner. Now they're coming in for investment. You're seeing them invest in financial institutions. You see them invest in technology-based industries. Smart Village, for example, which is a major development in Egypt, is receiving investments from the Western world more than even the Gulf at this time. So that is really encouraging that you're seeing that the investment is quite diverse.